So I woke up a little bit early, so that's why I'm streaming about like 30 minutes early than usual today. Right. Do I want to start with the good news or do I want to start with the bad news? I guess bad news, get that out of the way and then go straight to the good news. Um, the bad news, the voice actresses for both Rena and Grace, yeah, they've been replaced sadly. Mainly because the voice actresses IRL, either they got greedy or they've been replaced by the Zenless dubs. Yeah, I got the news about it 2 days ago. Yeah, it's either that the Zenless developers got rid of them or the voice actresses got greedy because of the whole SAG strike that occurred months ago. Either or, it's the Rena and Grace's voices have changed in the game. So
I'll protect you from any danger. 1, 2, yes, all accounted for.
I mean, okay, with Rena, I mean, it's alright, but it's just not the same as the voice she had before. Although this is just me personally, since I like Rena. Let me see. Oh wait, I can just check it here.
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move out. Let's start the experiment.
Same with Grace. I mean, the voice is alright, but like, yeah, the old one was better personally. And then they also changed the voice actress for Coletta, but eh.
Hey, don't look down on me!
I'll let that pass since at least the positive thing about this is that she sounds less how could I put it? Less Naruto-y, to put it lightly. Or she has less of a scratchy voice now. But yeah, the old voice actresses for Grace and Rena, they are gonna be missed. Sadly. So rest in peace to the old voices. But I guess the devs just want to progress the story forward, so they didn't want to deal with voice actors who got greedy. So I guess that's why they made the decision to replace them with new voice actors. At least from what I understand so far. So right, with that out of the way, let's get to the good news.
I'll protect you from any danger. Officer 148, Zhu Yuan, ready.
Finally got Xu Yan. Yeah, the gotcha definitely took its sweet ass time to give me Xu Yan. But yeah, I finally got her. And right now we're trying to get Jane, just redeeming one tape at a time rather than the 10 that I redeemed before. And I pretty much understand how it works now. Like, if you redeem a bunch of tapes, then the game's just basically gonna make you have to roll, like, then the game's just gonna give you an agent that you don't want to roll again for them, but at 100% guarantee. Whereas if you do it in singles, then you're guaranteed to get the agent that you want. But again, this is gotcha. It will surprise you or fuck you over. And I've also realized another thing about the whole gotcha thing in anime games. It's sad, but people got comfortable with playing with the gacha in anime games. Sad reality that I've come to understand from people saying that not having gacha in anime games is stupid. So I realized how unhinged they are, in which they've grown so fucking comfortable with gacha. Oh, and also,
If you need help, call me anytime.
I got the cat boy himself, Seth, mainly because of the new banners. But yeah, the good news is I finally got Shu Yen. Even though it cost me practically all of my polychromes. Oh, and about the polychromes, why I have so little now, I've changed my strategy. Instead of saving up my polychromes, I'm just spending them to get as much encrypted tapes as I can. The good news for me is that the next banner I'll finally be saving up tapes. Primarily because it's only just male agents, and I couldn't really care less for Hugo. I couldn't really care less about Hugo and Lighter, so that's definitely a good time for me to save up my not save up, but like stock up on encrypted tapes, which is a good thing for me. At least from what I understand, the more time I put into redeeming into the gacha, the higher the chance I'll get the agent that I actually want. Where if I redeem a lot, then that chance is decreased, and then it carries on to the other 50% chance, or to the second 50% chance, rather than the first one. Again, this is why I hate gacha so much. It's the reason why I prefer Action Time in it over this game, in terms of Action Time in it not having a gacha system to make you have to gamble for getting a character that you want. I wish that was the case in Zenless, but unfortunately, Hoyoverse is just way too comfortable with gacha to remove it, so nothing I can do. So yeah, with that out of the way, let's continue on with the chapter. Just want to progress to where I can go back to free play, so I can do the new event that's currently going on right now. So yeah, I need to get to a free play point, and then I'll pause on the chapter for right now. Once I reach that free play point. Okay, so let's continue.
Morning. Did you sleep well? You were exhausted yesterday, right? As soon as your head hit the pillow, you were out like a light.
Billy, are you getting ready to go somewhere?
Actually, it's the opposite. I just took the other manager back to your store.
Okay, so Wise is safe.
The other manager and Caesar decided that they're gonna move some of the equipment into your car and set up a mobile proxy workshop.
Okay.
You mean moving the HDD equipment out here?
Right. The other manager said working in the city would make communication difficult. Plus, smart devices are few and far between in the Outer Ring, and long-range data transmission could slow us down.
Oh, morning, Proxy. You're awake.
Now, knowing the direction how Hoyoverse is going with the way how they introduce these voice actors or characters, they're bound to be changed, regardless. Especially with the whole SAG strike that happened months ago. Yeah, I foresee a lot of changes in the voice actors in their games in the future, or from today onwards. But I'm pretty sure they've already started that trend a long time ago with like their earlier games before Zenless.
Billy's right. You'll be more efficient working from here in the outer ring.
So your mom plays Zenless, Mentos? Or is she playing the game? Or is she playing the game on your behalf? Lucky you. Yeah, she has every right to be mad because the gacha system is a cancer to anime games. Help you. You want my help? Shit, I don't know. Don't play the game for a while, or don't treat it like a dedicated thing. Or don't pour so much money into it. I don't know. I don't know if that would help you out.
Don't worry. We'll take care of the power and network connection. Even in the outer ring, you'll be, walking on thin ice.
Right. Yeah, that's a very toxic mentality to have. Yeah, it's yeah. Whenever people post when they ever got a character at their first pull, yeah, that just that's just basically breeding grounds for anger and hatred. Either you're incredibly lucky or you just spent a shit ton of money on so many encrypted tapes to get the characters. Yeah, all of a sudden you got very enthusiastic about talking about your pulls and stuff when you haven't when I started playing the game back in January. Maximum at the third try. What do you mean maximum at the third try? As in all the S tier and A tier agents? Unless you hack the game to get them all, but They ban your ass for doing that. Yeah, all of a sudden, now you come in being very enthusiastic about the game, unless you played it recently. Anyway, I'm not gonna argue with you about the gacha system. I want to focus on the chapter.
She probably meant we'll take to it like a fish to water.
By the way, before the equipment arrives, let me take you to Blazewood and introduce you to the townsfolk. Lucy said you might not be used to roughing it with us, so I got the mayor to prepare a place for you.
So how did she manage to get used to the whole roughneck life?
Oh, you shouldn't have.
It's no problem. After we get back from town, go talk to Lucy and the others. I heard from your brother that you need to collect some holo data before the race. Lucy and the gang are also preparing for the Tour d'Inferno. You should be able to help each other out.
Okay, so that didn't unlock free play yet. Yeah, so again, once I reach a free play point, then I can finally do all the event stuff. Considering how the chapters are gonna go, and unless I got a long ways to go till I reach the point of free play. So that's your guys' mayor. Well, don't mind if I do.
Casa! I brought the proxy to say hi.
Oh, Caesar. So this is the proxy from the city? Guess folks from New Eridu start working young, just like us.
Yeah, funny that.
Caesar, who's this young lady?
Young lady? You city folks talk funny. I'm Casa, the mayor of Blazewood. The Sons of Caledon have taken good care of our town. So if you need anything, just let me know.
So the Sons of Caledon are essentially like the sheriffs of the town. And those stars are familiar. The same stars that Billy has on his jacket.
You can stay in the house behind me tonight. Sorry, it's still got some stuff that hasn't been moved out, but I'll get someone to clean it up.
Hey, Casa. I noticed a lot of people in town making these woven items.
We don't have a choice. The pipeline to town still isn't fixed. Without a gas station, all we can do is make handicrafts to earn a living.
Fair enough.
Luckily, we got a big order recently. And with the Tour d'Inferno coming up, the Sunflints are selling like hotcakes.
Okay, so essentially relying on tourism to sell.
What's a sunflint?
Oh, it's a kind of handicraft woven from straw. During the Tour d'Inferno, almost every house in the old oil field hangs them up.
So it's tradition. Okay, one of those like ring ornaments that you usually see in some places. I know a neighbor of mine that actually has that, but you know, it's basically one of those like glass ones that ring when air is blown. But it didn't look like this course.
The pattern looks like a face.
The elders say this is the face of the god of sun and fire, who guides heroes to ignite Cinder Lake and return safely from the hollow.
You don't say, Caesar.
But there's another saying. The upside-down person on the Sunflint is the first overlord of the Motor League.
Okay, there's some lore about of the origins of the whole Tour d'Inferno.
Such a unique pattern must have a story behind it, right?
Yup! Actually, this pattern represents the legend of the first overlord's Tour d'Inferno.
Okay, so just some origin story about the whole Tour d'Inferno and the first overlord of the Outer Ring.
Though the old oil field can still produce oil, did you know the core oil field was swallowed up by a hollow decades ago?
Wait, isn't oil susceptible to ether corruption?
After the disaster, etheric matter seeped through the underground facilities and oil pumps, ruining the shallow oil reserves.
Okay, now we're getting into the more serious part. Oh, what, Caesar? Yeah, me too, Mentos, me too.
But luckily, the collapse of the only deep drilling facility formed a unique natural gas vent. The burning gas kept the etheric matter from spreading further down.
Interesting.
So the natural gas vent is Cindergold Lake?
The appearance of Cinder Lake saved everyone's livelihoods in the old oil field. But even with Cinder Lake, we can't rest easy. Natural gas and etheric matter burning together can easily turn into ether crystals building up around the lake.
And remember that they don't have the technology to work with ether crystals, so practically to them that stuff is useless.
If left unchecked, more and more crystals will build up and eventually block the vent, extinguishing the lake. If that happens, the underground oil will be doomed.
There was a time when Cinder Lake nearly went out. In order to save it, a young man and his friends risked their lives to enter the hollow and blast open an ether crystal using a special spark stone, just like the one in my hand.
The one you have. So basically it's just a small explosive that can detonate at any time. So Caesar's literally carrying a bomb with her. But it hasn't ignited yet. I guess when it senses etheric matter, that's when it will detonate.
But the hollow was treacherous, and they didn't even have a carrot with them. By the time they reached Cinder Lake, it was almost completely covered with crystals. Out of desperation, the young man rode his bike into the only spot that was still burning in Cinder Lake and managed to ignite it.
So, everyone makes sunflints in memory of his sacrifice.
Oh, Proxy. I never said the first Overlord died there.
That's true.
It's normal for the proxy to think that way. After all, everyone who went to Cinder Lake with him thought he was dead, but a day later, he miraculously emerged from the hollow alive. Folks say the god of the sun and fire was moved by his bravery, allowing him to be reborn from the flames.
So then who would that be?
Since then, the residents have drawn his face and the image of him diving into Cinder Lake on their sunflints. There's even a line from a folk song that goes, Diving into the fiery sea, the hero returns valiantly.
Glad the story has a happy ending.
Right? If it ended tragically, the Tour d'Inferno wouldn't be so epic! Of course, the first Overlord did more than that. After he returned, he gathered all the biker gangs in the old oil field and formed the Motor League.
And that's where the competition for the oil fields would begin, hence the creation of the Tour d'Inferno.
He also made the rule that the Tour d'Inferno would be held every few years to prevent a similar crisis at Cinder Lake.
So that's why it was created, to prevent the oil from drying up, and using these like ether explosives to open up the pool for more oil.
Yeah, that's why the Tour d'Inferno continues to this day. It's still a feat only the strongest bikers can accomplish, but for us residents, it's become more of a festival.
Right, so the residents, they aren't directly involved. They're just watching from the sidelines, whereas the bikers are directly involved, but they're playing a very risky game of survival. Yeah, they are gonna see a giant spike in electricity being used. Especially with Fairy, she just eats up electricity like it's a mukbang. Fairy just eats up electricity like it's a mukbang video. Discuss preparations with Lucy. I want to show you my character, the characters that I have Mentos.
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move out.
Take a guess at which ones I like the most, besides the male characters. Yeah, take a good guess at which ones I like the most. Well, you are correct, Nox. You are correct there. Specifically, Evelyn.
Headmaid Rena, at your service.
Rena.
Officer 148, Ju Yuan, ready.
And Zhu Yan so far. I'm missing Caesar and Yanagi. Those are the only two that I'm missing. Oh, and also Bernice. Although
Want a glass of nitro fuel?
petite, but I enjoy her cause Fire Gremlin. And then also Ambi and Soldier 11.
Ready for combat.
Awaiting further instructions.
Yeah, so those are my favorite female characters. All I'm missing is Caesar and Yanagi, and then also Miyabi from as well. And then for male characters, I only have a few that I actually like.
Asset confirmed. Preparing to move out.
which would be Billy and Ben. I also have Harumasa and Anton, but not really my type of characters. Which is why I only have a small few male characters that I enjoy playing with. Oh yeah, I also have Pulchra.
My loyalty lies with the winner.
She's also a good character. And, well, besides her and Harumas, both her and Harumas are the only ones that I actually got for free when I started playing the game. And then I got her during an event for free. So, it's not often that the game will give you characters for free like that. Only like events for the most part.
Proxy, you made it.
And speaking of Bernice,
Proxy, didn't Caesar say you were just going to meet the mayor? What took you so long?
We saw the Sunflints in Blazewood and ended up hearing the legend of the Tour d'Inferno.
Ah, so that's why Caesar was so pumped up. After all, that's her favorite story.
I also have Lucy, but I don't bother playing with her because she's not my type.
She even said her dream is to become a hero, just like the first Overlord. If she really wants to be like the first Overlord, she better forget those childish fairy tales fast.
And why so?
You're not a fan of this legend, Lucy?
It's not that I dislike it, but come on, we're all grown-ups here. We should look at things realistically, don't you think? I mean, the Torrid Inferno only happened a few decades ago. How come it's turned into this huge legend? But using an act of God to spread his story far and wide? The first Overlord must have been pretty smart. Lucy, Caesar said this kind of old person talk will give you wrinkles. Nonsense! Don't listen to her lies! I use exfoliating face masks every day. No way I'll get wrinkles.
Literally with any woman, regardless of their age group.
Proxy, you can see it too, right? The Torrid Inferno is less about heroics and more about the first Overlord securing control of the old oil field.
That's a very realistic take. It sounds like something a new Eridu entrepreneur would say.
Wow, Proxy, you're so smart. Lucy is actually from New Eridu.
Oh. Oh, really? I didn't know that.
So you're from the city? What made you give up that life?
It's because I never wanted that kind of life where everything is already laid out for you. Plus, my dad only cares about profits and business.
Okay, so that's why she left the rich life and pursued the biker life.
Exactly. It's different in the Outer Ring, especially in the old oil field. The Motor League is all about freedom and justice. That's what they say. But to survive, you can't forget about profits and business.
Which makes it ironic, which counteracts her point of leaving, since she just practices the same shit that her dad does. I wonder if she even realizes that.
Take the Sons of Caledon, for example. Employees need paychecks, vehicles need maintenance, and we need supplies that the city won't sell us. Which means we need connections and money.
So hence why Belle's here.
Proxy, I wasn't just making it up when I said the Overlord's faction is targeting us. The Sons of Caledon have had better rep than the Vanquishers these past few years. So, of course, they're jealous. but the recent bad routes we've been getting have hurt our income, and recruiting new members has been an issue. So, for the future survival of the Sons of Caledon, we have to take the Overlord's title.
And they eventually will. Considering anime game logic, they'll win regardless. 'Cause losing's not in this game's vocabulary. Or losing's not in anime game logic's vocabulary.
You've got it all figured out.
I knew someone as sharp as Phaethon would get it. Brute strength and passion alone won't get you far.
In some circumstances. Yeah, I was never a fan of the rich girl characters. I much more prefer like the gremlins, tomboys, and the sexy lady characters than some fucking rich bitch. Which, again, another reason why I don't bother playing Lucy.
Just watch. It won't be long before I beat Caesar and take the Sons of Caledon from her.
What with that small stature and that fucking bat. Good luck. Good luck with dealing with a real Caesar, babe.
Lucy, you wouldn't admit it earlier, but it turns out you lost last night.
Thank you.
No, I didn't lose. It was just a momentary truce.
Yeah, shut up.
After all, prepping for the Turd Inferno is what's most important now. I can put becoming the boss on the back burner. Proxy, let's talk business. The other Phaethon mentioned this morning that the lack of hollow data in the Outer Ring is affecting your ability to perform in the hollows. So for now, we'll be going into the hollows with you to gather data. Oh, I also need your help with something. The vehicles for the Tour de Inferno need some modifications. We need to get a hold of the necessary parts.
Done and done.
Belle, I'm back.
Good job, Wise. Come on, I'll help you set up the HDD.
No need. I just tested the voltage and network speed here. The HDD is working fine. Fairy and Eos are pretty excited to be in the Outer Ring, but it's a new environment, so it'll take some getting used to.
Alright.
To help Caesar and the others win the race, let's start by gaining a bit of experience.
Alright, Belle. If you're ready, let's get going.
Okay, so curious about the commission or Sons of Caledon, Bernice, Liar, and Piper. Alright. Oh, actually. Alright, finally. I'll just stop right there. Okay, I'm guessing that was from a previous quest. Yeah, okay, that was from a previous commission that I'd done off stream. If you know, you know. But the way how Bernice stands there, she definitely looks like one of those ladies that will ask you if you want to have a good time. And not the alcohol kind, the sex kind. Start the HDD. Okay, so it's basically a compact version. Because chapter 4, they basically bring a compact version of the HDD. Could you, explain a little bit more? I don't understand what you're telling me. Ah. Okay, so I'll continue the story, next time. Right now, I want to get started on the new event. Which I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna continue it off stream. Of course. So I'll do like a good 2 hours of the stream and then I'll wrap it up. Gonna need to be a bit more specific there, or what's the game that you're playing that has all that stuff? Okay, could I just... Oh, Dragon Ball. Right before I start that event, let me just go around the city for a bit and then I'll start the event. Bangaboo do be a little weird sometimes. Not all the time, but it's just those moments where they kind of be acting a bit weird. So then, I know you were talking about Zenless earlier. Just for some, nah. So, also a fat cat. That makes more sense. Okay, that was commission. Here's the commission waifu, Venus. Alright. Oh yeah, I also forgot to mention, the second part of the final chapter of this game's already out, so effectively season 1's already complete. Although I haven't completed it myself, but like, the entirety of season 1 in the game's now fully out, in which the devs are already working on preparing to release season 2 of the game. Something that a certain game that I know has yet to complete. But, you know, it is what it is. We'll just start it anyway. Permanent rewards. So, let's see. So, although I can also get these, those are also actually decent, so for polychromes I need to reach 600,000 revenue, but for this 700,000. And then also photo here. Right, so all of these are unlocked. And then bonus polychromes here. And there she is, the Madam of the Hour. Pepe. Welcome in. Yep, I'm still here. Just occasionally streaming and stuff. Alright, let's talk to the Madam of the Hour.
Ah, you've arrived. I wanted to ask you some questions about store management.
Ask me? Well, actually, my brother's the one who's managing the video store for the most part. But go ahead, I'll do my best.
So, that tells me that, that Wise is the one who actually, manages the store. So I guess he's the one that's taking the more, proper roles of the store. Yeah, you've been, like, making music, for the most part lately. At least from, what I've been seeing, on your Discord and then the videos that you've published. Oh, Pepe, this is, one of my recent, followers and also, someone who streams booba content called, God of Knockers. Nox, this is Pepe, one of my earlier followers, on the channel. Pretty much like an OG follower of mine that have been around for, a while now.
Customers have always loved purchasing carefully arranged bouquets. The flowers glistening with morning dew add beauty to their lives, and that, in itself, is fulfilling for me.
Nice to meet you too. I've followed you again.
Yet lately, a customer mentioned that rather than buying bouquets in full bloom, he wants to spend time with his flowers. However, simple potted plants don't quite have the same aesthetic charm.
Okay, real quick. I feel like she's one of those characters that should have a much bigger rack than like the typical petite rack that most of the Hoyoverse characters have. I swear, Hoyoverse is missing out on making big tittied anime ladies. They got them, but they can go the extra mile. Shit, Korean devs already do this. I just don't understand why the Chinese devs are not going the extra mile like the Korean devs do. But anyways.
So, I was thinking, perhaps I could create custom potted floral arrangements.
So TLDR, basically I'm doing an event where I'm selling flowers to people based on their taste and then making Denny's off of it. That's basically what this event's for.
That's a brilliant idea. And potted floral arrangements sound perfect for Do Gardening's vibe.
Since you agree, could I have the honor of inviting you to be our part-time manager and special floral designer for the next few days?
I think up to now, Pepe, like, I think you're the only follower, or you're the only one of my OG followers that still chat from time to time, all the way to this day. Yeah, all of my earlier followers that I had before, that I guess most of them just practically become ghost. It seems like you're like the only one among the OG followers that I've had at the beginning that's still around. And also you're still around as well, so yeah. And also, well, unrelated to that, but just the reason why I gave you the VIP badge as well. Although that's mainly because you also stream, that's the reason why I gave you the VIP badge. Not just for being an OG follower.
Huh? You mean you want me to handle customers' floral arrangements for a few days?
Yeah, it is a treat to have you come in once in a while. It really is.
Yes. Spring is here. No self-respecting connoisseur of flowers would dare to miss this season. I plan to travel for a few days and find novel flora for my shop.
Yeah, I'm liking Orchidia here. She's basically the flower shop version of Rena. I haven't gotten around to it yet. Yeah, I haven't gotten around to listening to your stuff lately. Just been busy with other stuff.
But the floral arrangement project is just getting started. Pausing it now might let the customers down. As an experienced store manager, you must understand my concerns. So,
Since you're going to be busy, then just leave Do Gardening to me. But maybe you could teach me what it is exactly that I need to do first.
as a floral designer, you first need to understand why your customers want flowers and what qualities they're looking for. Some customers may already have a specific flower in mind. If you can guess it correctly, it'll make them even more satisfied.
Okay, yeah, so it's pretty much could be like that videotape event, except with flowers this time.
Well, it's a bit hard to explain. Let's do a practice round. I'll pretend to be the customer.
Okay, so I guess we'll start the event now. Plan that may seem unremarkable. Right, gonna deal with a lot of vague shit with this event, but that's for me to try to guess what they want. Daisies and Evolvulus. Hmm. Only one type of flower can be placed in each layer. Okay, got it. Yeah, I've been here. Just like people having to struggle with setting up their OBS. For me, I haven't had that issue with I use Streamlabs OBS to stream, and lately I haven't had any issues with setting it up or modifying it. Apart from disconnections, but that's although that's just on my end, on my internet end. But for like the application, I haven't had issues with setting it up as of late. It's been pretty much fine, even after the updates it gets. But you're talking about OBS specifically. I don't know how that works since, shit, I haven't used OBS in a long time. And I say a long time, cause I haven't really been using it ever since. Ever since I used it back with my laptop. I still have the application, just haven't bothered to use it for anything. Yeah, I've also been hearing that issue pop up with people's OBS because of the whole Windows 11 update thing. Clearing up a few things. Okay. Okay, component Evolvus bonus earning. I'll go with the metal pot. Okay, daisies and then the Evolvus. Okay, so that amplifies the amount that I earn. So I guess complete.
Daisies always carry the morning dew, innocent and fresh.
I kind of want to call her Horchata instead of her actual name. Kind of want to call her Horchata, like the Spanish drink horchata, but just replace it with an O instead of an H. Okay, then I unlock new flowers and pots and all that with every what's the word? With every bouquet I complete. Okay, but they're higher grade. They're a higher grade, of course. So essentially, each customer will have their own request for flowers. Because they also have their own cutscene. No. Touche, Harumaso, touche. Yeah, is your music mainly just like rap stuff and also some other type of genres, Pepe? Just curious. Cause I know you make some music you make some music related to rap and then some other ones. Knowing her, there was food involved, that's why she got excited. Welcome back. Okay, with red or yellow, all 3 flowers are dense. Got it. Preferred floral component, vibrant flowers. I guess that'll also give me hints. Ah, that's what it meant. It just means the flowers are just bundled together. Okay, I see. And that satisfies the requirements.
It is both intention and courage.
Pretty simple so far, but this is only the beginning. I'm definitely gonna get the more complicated ones later down the line. So, I'm already making some decent progress. Okay. Deliver the flowers to Port Elpis. To Port Elpis we go. Yeah, it would be nice if I can freely do the events, but also freely do the main story stuff without being restricted to it each time. The events don't do that. It's just story just restricts you from doing any like event stuff. I wish they changed that. Question. That's what Harmos is definitely doing right now. Let's keep going. Oh, one of my favorite characters. Something for Evelyn. But I'll get to you in a moment. Just gotta check. Yeah, I definitely feel like I'll be getting through this event pretty quickly. What's the 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, up to 12 characters, including Orchata. Okay, do gardening. First bloom. And then what was the other one? Okay. Already some specifics, so that's already off to a good start. Fiery and vivid flowers doesn't mention that that they have to be dense. Perfect. Oh, ain't that perfect? That will do. Now this is Astro, so we'll do it. We'll do a dense accessory.
It is both intention and courage.
Okay, so that's Orchada's voice speaking. And some new flowers unlocked. So that unlocks this place. And now hands the last place to unlock. So pretty much with this event, I practically just about unlocked all of the locations in the game so far. Yeah, one thing about Astra is that she always skips out, always tries to come up with a way to escape from all of the fame and stuff in her own way. And then Evelyn ends up trying to look for her. Mainly to ensure his safety and all that. Oh, the next lady that I enjoy, Rena. Okay, so her So her and Rena, they both knew each other, uh, back then. So I guess they're friends. Because you also learned from you also learned from the agents themselves on how to arrange flowers some more. Okay, so now we're introduced to these icons. Okay, so yeah, so now we're introduced to these. Okay, softness greater than or equal to 1, rarity greater than or equal to 3. Go with a wooden pot. And then I need the rarity factor. I think that should be enough.
Daisies always carry the morning dew, innocent and fresh.
Oh yeah, we're just skyrocketing in profits now. Okay, and I've unlocked a new pot.
You certainly do have a natural talent for this. No wonder Miss Orchidea was willing to hand her beloved dew gardening to you.
I mean, it's there, just not the same as before. I guess Hoyover's going for a it will do kind of mentality with their voice actors.
You think I have talent, Rena? I didn't do anything super difficult.
It's because you easily managed to convey both gentleness and treasured beauty in your work, and didn't find it difficult at all. So you indeed have talent. After all, talent and skill are different. What you accomplished can be considered communication with flowers.
You're hearing random typing, just taking screenshots. Not through the game, just through the snipping tool app. That's when you'll hear me typing.
Just as Orchidea wrote in her notes, a floral designer must feel the qualities and personality of each flower and arrangement in accordance with their own understanding, allowing each flower to radiate its own charm. This potted arrangement has achieved that. So, if you're free, I'd love to hear your understanding of different flowers. I've brought snacks. Oh, don't worry. I've already experimented on everyone at Victoria Housekeeping.
Always prepared, ain't she? That's the reason why I love her. Although when she cooks food, better have an iron stomach. Better have a really good iron stomach.
Experiment? What's that supposed to mean? Is everyone okay?
Oh, what a coincidence. Not only is my temporary manager here, but also an old friend of mine.
A coincidence indeed. If I hadn't stayed to chat, I would have missed you, Miss Orchidea. Oh, is my previous request causing you trouble?
It is a little difficult, yes. I visited several old friends in search of the flowers you mentioned. However, a flower that only blooms in an area that has been repeatedly ravaged by Hollow Zero and then restored, and looks similar to a symbiotic ethereal. No one's ever seen such a thing, let alone a tamed one.
Lycon and I have been gathering intel as well, but without much success. Our client has failed to find any other way to get close to that gentleman. We can only place our hopes on his favored flower miraculously appearing.
So that gentleman in question, who would that be?
There's only 2 days until the banquet. I hope this doesn't become a regret of both Victoria Housekeeping and our client.
As expected of Victoria Housekeeping, you're so dedicated to every commission you get.
Right. It's not easy maintaining a near-perfect completion record and reputation. I'll keep an eye out for you. Fortunately, I've already found a temporary manager who's highly reliable. You've seen Miss Bell's work already, right, Rena? With such a brilliant floral designer here, there's nothing I need to worry about.
Agreed. You are truly astute, Miss Orchidea.
Taking screenshots wherever I can. Okay, Orchidea. instead of calling her horchata all the time.
Then I'll thank you and our dear guide in advance then. The banquet still requires more preparations. Please contact me if there are any new developments.
Okay, so I guess I'll be getting cutscenes from certain agents. So I'll just be getting cutscenes from certain agents. And look at that, I'm already about halfway from obtaining the calibrator. And almost halfway to getting all the polychrome from here. And there's the Star Bangbu. One who pretty much represents the Japanese office workers stereotype of working their ass off in the office and staying overnight. Poor guy. Only difference with Bangbu and humans is that Bangbus don't get a stroke when they've been overworked. They can only short circuit, but getting a stroke, don't think that will happen. Unless short circuiting is just similar to getting a stroke from overworking. Rich to who your boss probably, and then make you all overwork again. Just paints a red image of a corporate culture. So the boss just chases pyramid schemes. And then the whole company has to pay dearly for that. Okay, so that will unlock the other part of the event. And we start with Susie. Okay, so we have to be, we have to not make the thing expensive. So that's essentially the idea here. Okay, accessories. Okay, more accessories and flowers. And then the charm. And then an increase in charm. Okay, dancing it would increase the price, so I think that's good enough.
All disturbances will fade away with the moonlight.
Okay, interesting.
Well done.
Yeah, his voice, even his voice sounds very exhausted. Well, I got him. So now for the rest. Okay, so this will be for the main story. Okay, I guess for the whole stream it'll just be doing this event. I'll keep going for a little bit more than 2 hours for this one. Alright, continue business. Okay, so we're staying with Victoria Housekeeping for this one.
Just as I suspected, you're here, Master Proxy. Please do not misunderstand. I'm not here to rush you to find the flower Rena mentioned. That specific flower requested by the client isn't the only thing required. We must prepare the rest of the banquet as well. They're merely decorations, not the focus. There is no need to cater to unrealistic demands.
Did I hear that right? That didn't sound like something you'd normally say, Lycon. Are you trying to imply something?
My apologies. It appears I've let myself become a bit too relaxed in your presence. Though I cannot divulge everything, I don't want you to agonize over those rare flowers. They require an extremely difficult and specific environment, and are far from easy to cultivate. It is also extremely dangerous to try growing any plants in areas repeatedly ravaged by Hollow Zero. The commission we received is to host a perfect banquet. Our duties do not entail fulfilling our client's personal wishes through said banquet. Finding that flower is simply an extraneous task. In addition, Rena and I only just found out that our client has not been completely honest with us. His true intentions are...
I think I get it. Rena seemed a bit anxious yesterday. But if that's what you say, I believe you.
In any case, neither you nor Miss Orchidea of Do Gardening should put yourselves in danger for that flower. Rena and I both concur on this point.
Okay, so I guess it's like, because of the flower in question, since it's coming from the hollows, it's like this, or put it this way, it's like the withering rose from Minecraft, except you add some radiation to it. It's just basically the withering rose from Minecraft with a sprinkle of radiation.
What a coincidence, Lord Phaethon. Hello.
And there's the new character who's the new current banner right now. Vivian, the vampire, the rich vampire girl. Just to get it out of the way, I'm not that interested in getting her. I'm only interested in getting Jane, right? So, yeah. And then the next banner, I'm saving up a lot of encrypted tapes because I'm not interested in getting Lighter or Hugo. So that would give me a chance to finally, to like actually save up a bunch of tapes for once in this game.
Just now, was that?
Yep, it was Lycon. Victoria Housekeeping has been trying to find a rare flower for their client.
Then, is finding that flower also your wish? If so, I can help. Oh, and Hugo too.
Okay, her voice sounds familiar. Almost sounds like the voice actress who also voiced Paimon in Genshin Impact.
No need. I just heard that it has super strict requirements to grow and cultivate, and even looks like an ethereal of some sort. Anyway, it sounds super mysterious. Lycon doesn't want us searching for it either.
I see. Got it. By the way, Lord Phaethon, have you been helping watch over Do Gardening as of late?
So, she knows what's going on.
Could I ask you to maybe arrange a pot of flowers for me?
Doing that, she'd be incredibly happy to have that. At least according to the lore about her, since she already knows about Belle and Wise from a while ago.
Of course I can. What kind of flowers do you want?
I'd be happy just having a pot of flowers prepared by Lord Phaethon.
So literally anything, as long as Belle and Wise make it.
But if I have to say, then maybe could you choose the flowers that represent me in your eyes?
I mean, if it wasn't obvious from the get-go, something like this. Well, there we go.
Daisies always carry the morning dew, innocent and fresh.
Okay, so that... Okay, that's a nice helping of polychromes. Definitely will be spending all that to get more tapes later on. Nineveh. Alright, who's next? Yeah, so I imagine, well, the free play one's not going to be unlocked until the next 2 days pass. But I'm pretty sure I can complete this event quickly. Well, definitely quickly off stream. As long as I don't continue with the chapter 4 stuff, so I can freely play it at my own time. Burnus. Let's see, something that pops, looks fiery, makes you think of fire. Yeah, I figured, knowing Bernice's personality. Knowing Bernice's personality. Fair enough. So that's a nickname she gave Pulchra. Like, they got Big Daddy, so I guess Pulchra to Bernice is basically Big Kitty. Flowers, at least one accessory, charm, all the way to force, softness, less than 3. No lilies. So, obviously some metal. Cause, writing with fire and metal. Okay, so no lilies, period. And that should do it. Profit.
A combination of simplicity and modernity, with no extra lines.
Reminds me of the mushroom caves in Terraria. Okay, so it just skips to this. Okay, so I'm not missing any, like, narration or anything. That happens after, the profit's been made. And here you are. And another one. Okay, this looks like I'm getting the good agents to tend to so far. Okay, and that's some progress made, so that's... Okay. So then in total I need to tend to 11 people in the main story. So that's already half. Okay, bonus, right? I'll do the other half at my own time. So then I'll just do the additional orders here. Okay, so it's not that difficult to do. I just gotta play around with the arrangement. That's all it is, pretty much, how this event works.
Honest and humble.
I wonder what the knight wants. Fair enough. Okay, it has to be less than or equal to. Got it. And that satisfies all the requirements.
The sweet aroma of lilies is a blessing of heaven.
Yeah, so the real profits are going to come from the main part of this event's story. Okay, so 15, 4, 8, 12. Yeah, I'll do like 7 and then I'll wrap up the stream. And then I'm just gonna finish this off stream. Okay, so we're doing rain next. Before continuing, I'll be right back. Gotta go take a pee break. Okay. So now I'm getting to the more challenging part. Right, so just keep it nice and simple for her. Why not?
The sweet aroma of lilies is a blessing of...
Okay, he's here. Apparently he wants some flowers too. I'm good with metal. I think that should do. That should do the trick.
Daisy's always cared.
And that would be overtime boo that he's referring to. Okay. Okay, so I do have to progress in the main story here to unlock the other ones. That, or it's because of how the events just started and it's like locked by day. Okay. Okay, I think with that I'll stop here. Just gotta grab some things before I end. Okay. And with that, I'll wrap up the stream. I'm just gonna continue playing the game off stream, of course, so yeah. As for someone to raid, let me check. And let me see who's live. Someone playing Zenless, maybe. Yeah, well, let's do that. So they're okay, are they accepting grades right now? Yes, they are. And coincidentally, their name, JRPG Gaming. So go ahead and rate them, and as for me, I'll be done for now. Hopefully, when I take care of the other secondary stuff, I'll be back to playing Chapter 4. That'll be for a good little while. So, till then, have a good one.